Hello, theme park enthusiasts, and welcome back to Planet Coaster. In the last episode, we went ahead and completed Miss Ellie's roundup. So in this episode, I'm very excited that we're jumping into the DLC for Planet Coaster that is Ghostbusters related. Now, unfortunately, because of the way YouTube is, I can't play any of the copyrighted music, so I went ahead and turned that off, and we'll have the normal Planet Coaster music going on in the background. But with that little issue in mind, let's go ahead and jump into the game and enjoy what we can enjoy in the game here. Who are you going to call? Following reports of unusual disturbances in the Ghostbusters area of a new theme park, Walter Peck of the Environmental Protection Agency begins an investigation. An anonymous tip brings the Ghostbusters to the same park, and as the psychokinetic energy continues to build, it all points to something big on the horizon. Then they say basically you should have watched the tutorial videos and complete some career scenarios before attempting. Well, we've done all the career scenarios, so I think we're ready. Let's go ahead and jump in and see what the Ghostbusters have to offer. Chapter 1. Who you gonna call? Take charge of a new theme park featuring a unique Ghostbusters area dedicated to the iconic heroes. Walter Peck of the Environmental Protection Agency is investigating the park following reports of supernatural disturbances in the area. Key info. The EPA has imposed a fee on your park profits. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, so we have Slimer. Very nice.
So, guests in your park and even some of your staff claim to have seen a ghost. Have they? Well, let me put that concern to rest right now. You see, there are no such things as ghosts. My name is Special Agent Walter Peck, and I'm the authority in charge of this investigation. Be assured the full weight and power of the EPA are now on the case.
Too late, Peck. The Ghostbusters are already here.
Ray Stans, you and your fellow hoaxsters should be doing dinner theater somewhere and butting out of where you don't belong.
We're following up on an anonymous tip, Peck. Obviously, we could bury the hatchet and work together on this. Ghostbusters and EPA working hand in hand?
Really?
Of course not.
I'm on to you, Stans. And when the time comes for you and the rest of your so-called Ghostbusters, I drop the hammer.
I hope it's not on your foot.
Alright.
I see you've already met Walter Peck, which means you must be pretty nervous by now. But as of this moment, it's the Ghostbusters who are on the scene. Ready to believe you and ready to help. That means your specters, spooks, and spirits problems are now in the hands of professionals. My understanding is that you may have run into a little friend of ours we call Slimer. Well, let me reassure you that he's relatively harmless for a Class 5 full-roaming vapor, which is to say he can bring down your whole operation if we don't get him under control. Oh, sorry, I realized. I haven't introduced myself. Really, I mean, I shouldn't have to, seeing as you must know the Ghostbusters, but just in case, I'm Ray Stans, Ph.D., a doctor of parapsychology with a minor in metallurgy. I'm an expert in paranormal history and have traveled extensively, both in this plane of existence and others. I'm also a non-transient corporeal entity of the state, county, and city of New York. That includes the 5 boroughs, of course. And most importantly for you in this particular situation, I've been dealing with ghosts and other ectoplasmic-generated phantasms for years as a founding member of the Ghostbusters. All this is to say that you now have the best, correction, the only experts with the knowledge and experience to help you deal with your potentially possessed theme park. And if I might say personally, I can't wait to get started. This is going to be great.
Alright. So,
I once had a dream of something I loved from my childhood. Something sweet and soft and oh, so full of creamy, pillowy goodness. And then it tried to destroy Manhattan, so I roasted it. The Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man, the form of the destructor. So, let's put that misunderstood sailor in the park, and don't worry about that other stuff. Based on our extensive, and I do mean extensive research on interdimensional gods, admittedly after the fact, I don't believe sentient, angry, and grotesquely oversized marshmallow men can ever happen again.
It better not, because last time your elaborate prank left me covered in melted marshmallow.
Now that I can hope for.
giving them a moment here just in case they want to continue talking. Alright, looks like we might actually be okay here to actually begin. So, we've got this park here. We've got a couple of stands set up, so I do want to go ahead and adjust prices on these to get those functioning as best as I can. And we'll also go ahead and see about the rides here and their function and prices as well. We've got two rides, it looks like right now. We've got the train ride, which, I mean, that's going to be just sort of standard. Excuse me. And we've got the Ghostbusters Experience ride, which from what I've seen in the past, I believe they will go ahead and have us explore at a point in time. So I'm not going to really jump into that right now.
Now, the call that came into the Ghostbusters office was an anonymous tip, which doesn't bode well when it comes to tying that to a paying client. Venkman and Egon said this was a fool's errand. Well, Venkman did anyway, but do what you love, and the money will find you is my motto. So here's how I see this working. Just like any elimination job, it's not just what you see, but what's hiding in the woodwork that matters. I suspect there's a lot more ghost activity happening here than what we have on the surface. So what we'll need to do is lure them out into the open, where the Ghostbusters patented almost licensed by the City of New York particle thrower can be most effective. I'll provide you with guidance for all things Ghostbusters for this themed area of your park. I'll make suggestions and requests that should make this section of the park more enticing to the spirit world. Talk about scary rides, right? If your park is haunted, we'll know soon enough.
Alright, so I wonder if he's just going to continue to butt in at different points, even if I'm not doing anything specific like, you know, the task at hand. We'll have to see, I guess. Am sort of interested so far. I definitely do like the voiceover that they've got. Nice story started. And I do love the visuals of the park. I'll get into that here in just a moment once I get these prices done. Alright, so those prices are taken care of there. So I love how some of the buildings, like the Ghostbusters building here, is completely created. But I also like that they've sort of created like a faux New York with buildings that are fake, and you can see behind the scenes as well. I think that's sort of neat. It's really sort of cool, like an actual park would be. You're not going to build all of the building when you don't see the back of them. So that's really a unique thing. Then we have this giant show building here, so really like the size of it. I think there's going to be an interesting ride with that. And again, I like the fact that the front of it makes it look like it's a real building in the aspect of, you know, the fronts of different facades and such. But then when you look at it from another angle, you see the back. You see that it's not a complete building. Same as like the temple here, that's the Gozer Temple, how it's not got the back to it and such. But they did do wonderful little details, like with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man here, we've got this destruction going on by his foot. Really like that. We've got this park here that's very pretty. That'll be neat. And then we have some extra land here to build other things on. So I think we've got a good setup here to begin with. Let's go ahead and see what challenges we have. We have no challenges right now. Alright. So, for stage 1, we have to research the Stay Puft brand. We have to employ one Stay Puft entertainer, and we have to build 2 rides. So let's start with the research. We're gonna need to do that. Alright, DLC content. Let's get that going on. And let's put it up to 750. Get it going as quickly as we can. Let's see about rides here. Okay, we have some of my favorites here that really work well for a park. All of these are good money generators. For right now, I sort of want to put everything over in this area, I'd say. So, I mean, the Psychola sort of has that horror aspect to it, so I'm thinking that might be a good ride here. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do first is go down here, go to paths, and put these paths in as I want them to be. There we are. So that connects. If I have to adjust them slightly, that won't be the end of the world. But that way we just have some paths here that actually interconnect, sort of forming the layout of the park. This one I'm going to leave for right now, just so I can put this ride in over here that I want. Gonna have to move a few bushes, hopefully. Yes, I can move them. Perfect. These, just so they're outside of the ride. There's that one. Get this rock, move it over this direction, perhaps. There we are. And then this bush can move back that way. Perfect. Move this tree just a little bit further back. Alright, so we've got our ride in here quite nicely. We'll have to get the path still going here. But I already know that I want to go ahead and adjust where this ride is just slightly here. Want to rotate it so that the exit's going to be right over there. Perfect. And let's go ahead and move it in just a little bit so it's not bumping that wall. No harm or foul from the trees or anything, so we'll leave it like that. We're going to place the entrance, I think, over in this area for this ride. So we'll go ahead and do that. Then we'll place the exit right up here. That'll work out nicely. Before we worry about more of the pathing for the ride, let's go ahead and attach this path along here. Gonna have this be sort of a meandering path, leaving room for the ride's entrance. Yeah, I like that. That'll work. Do get stuck in the buildings a little bit there, which isn't the best thing, but we'll make it work. Alright, let's go ahead and move this tree somewhat. And then just this bush. I am happy that they allow me to really adjust anything I need to here, and it's not as controlled as some of the scenarios are. Just makes it a little bit better overall, which is a nicety. Alright, let's go ahead and look at the Psychola here. Find the ride sequence. Alright, Psychola. For the Psychola, we need the main sequence 3 times, and then we can charge $12 for it. Now, I assume that these sort of lists that they had created for the other areas do work just as well here. I would hope they do. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit of a problem because I'll have to readjust all my settings and such. But hopefully they do. That should work out alright. That way. And we'll go ahead and connect the entrance path here. Let's use something that would fit for this area. I'm gonna go with cobblestone, I think. Yeah, I like that look. Alright. want it to be somewhat of a meandering path here, so that way I could add in theming later should I choose to. There we go. That'll work fine. So we've got that ride in place. I have been thinking on a couple parks. I really would like to do, I mean, this is a bit big here. I don't really want to do that over this small body of water, but I do at a point want to put a ride that goes over water. Just because I think it'll be neat in that way. But you know, for this, I'm going to go a little bit tasteful, I feel like, and go with a Venetian carousel. I think that'll just be a really pretty feature here. It'll fit the park. Just have it over the water a little bit. We're going to have the entrance be over on this side. And we'll have it meander over that way. And the exit will be nice and short, right to here. We'll go ahead and set up the ride's capabilities here. So for this, we need it to spin fast 9 times, and we can charge a decent profit for it. Alright, so we have 3, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Struggling a little bit here because I have a cat that is wanting my attention right now and is trying to take the place of my keyboard in my lap. So, bit of a struggle working around him, but I'm going to make it work. Alright. We'll go ahead and set that up. Get it testing. And then we'll go ahead and place the entrance here as well. Gonna have everything be nice and uniform. Let it hug the ground there. There we go. Not the longest path for either one, but it should be enough, I would say. So, overall, I definitely want to go with colors that are going to be sort of Ghostbuster themed. So, red and white are going to be big in this park. The Psychola we are going to go with, I think, being the green, because it sort of fits with Slimer, and it sort of works with the ghost theme as well, I'd say. So, I am curious here. Let's see what happens if I change this to red. That actually doesn't look bad. Let's go with this being a darker red. I actually do like that quite a bit. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna go with this being white. Perhaps this being black. I like that quite a bit. And again, it fits with the coloring of the Ghostbusters here with the red and white logos. We could put some blue in there. I might do that. Let's go ahead and see about this as a blue. You know what? The more I look at it though, just the original color scheme does fit so well. I go with the white and black with the greens, but I do like the green there. And we can just call it the, let's see. We'll call it the Slimer Spinner. There we go. That'll work. Venetian Carousel we're not going to rename. It is a Venetian Carousel. That is what it is. We are going to brighten the colors up, though, to be more Ghostbusters in nature. And fit with the aesthetic of the park. So there we go. That's good there. Let's go ahead and let things run. Get these 2 rides open, as well as go ahead and get our research done. So we'll open that up, because then we can see the percentage that's going on. What do I have as far as staff too? I have these 2 guys that are working here. Alright. Let's up their capabilities. That way they'll be able to serve guests a bit better. Oh, it looks like this is going to be one of those parts where we actually have to get them to a break room in order to get their abilities up. That's a good thing for me to know in the future. Alright. We have those 2 rides testing. Not going to be able to look at the 2 things at the same time, sadly. So I guess I'll wait for this, because I'd rather be able to get these rides tested as soon as I can. Alright. You can definitely hear the trains going around, which is nice. Sort of interesting how they have this giant hill to climb here over the gate to come into the park, but you know what? That's alright. It is what it is. Ooh, you know what? I might need to expand these paths a bit. But there's not really room to expand the paths. That is a problem. So we do have people bumping into each other a little bit here, which I'm not a huge fan of. But we'll just have to see how that goes. Hopefully it won't cause too much of an issue in the park. I probably could put another path that went around like this too. Alright, one of the rides is ready to go. Perfect. You know what? I think I will go ahead and have a path that goes off in this direction just to make traffic flow a bit better. Then let's go ahead and move these plants out of the path. We'll move them right here. Hopefully that'll take care of some of the excess people. Alright. Climber spinner is also ready, so those two are good to go. We've gotten that completed. Now we're just waiting on the research to be done, and then we should be able to get the entertainer in here, I believe. People are coming into our Venetian carousel. Perfect. Do want to go ahead and put both of these rides to be checked often and to run at full loads. Yes. Do need to get people through as quickly as we can. The train I'll let ride at whatever level it's going to. This one I just need to make sure it's checked often. Oh, I can do full loads as well. Alright. Actually, I should check on this also. I didn't even look. Prestige for it is very high, $12.69. Let me go ahead and adjust the price on that accordingly. Pause things real fast here. Now, with a track ride, just like with the roller coasters, I don't usually go for the maximum amount of money I could make on them, because I do want to get people really interested in going on the ride. So $12.69. In theory, I could charge up to $37.80. I'm going to go with $35. That should be plenty of money for it. Oh, I can't even charge for it. It's going to be free. Interesting. Alright, well, I guess I'll just have to have that loss then. But it should get people into the park, which will be a good thing. And these other two rides are going to generate some income for me. So not too worried about that. We're pretty much at the point of getting the research done here, which will be perfect. Go into research. There we have it. Alright, we have that. Let's go ahead and put the actor down. We'll put him right here.
They say you're good at your job, which means you should be able to handle the extra attention this park is about to receive with some of the modifications we're going to be making. Oh boy, if they think they're afraid now, just wait. This is awesome. We're going to run a theme park with spirit and spirits. Let's start by dealing with some of your personnel issues. Sure, seeing a ghost can make some people, well, most people uneasy. And it's cost your park some of its workforce, so you need to get staffing.
And remember, Buster, I'm watching your every move.
That's Ghostbuster, Buster.
Alright, so we're on to the second stage here of Chapter 1, which is fine. That works perfectly well. But right now, I'd say we've started a nice little park. I'm fairly pleased with it overall. We've got a couple rides in. We've got the brand. We've got our mascot walking around the park now. So I'm going to end this episode here. If you enjoyed what we did in the episode, please go ahead and click the like button. If you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you. I hope to see you all again for the next episode of Planet Coaster.